Kinder Knowledge came up with a segment called Talent Unbeatable. It is our initiation to honor the talent irrespective of how popular they are. Today's episode is on Anmish Verma, who is an international sportsperson, mountaineer, political enthusiast, and a well-groomed personality. Anmish Verma Bhupati Raju is son of Sri Venugopal Raju and Srimati Satyaveni. His father Venugopal Raju worked in BSF. Later, due to certain reasons, he had left the job and worked as lorry driver. His father had a great interest in stick fighting, from where Mr. Anmish Verma had inherited this skill. Anmish Verma is an international kickboxer and martial arts champion. He has represented India as the captain of World Kickboxing and Karate Union. He was the first Indian to bag a gold medal in the senior male category from India. His coach was Sri Ganta Kankarao Garu. Under his guidance, he bagged nearly 60 gold medals, where he was an international mountaineer. In the year 2018, he decided to summit Mount Everest, but he had to call off the expedition as the co-mountaineer was in a critical condition. Anmish Verma saved his life by carrying the mountaineer to the nearest hospital in Nepal. His call off to the Mount Everest expedition for the good reason had been mistaken by several others, saying he was inefficient. But he took this as a challenge and proved his mettle by summiting the highest point on the earth, that is Mount Everest, on the 1st of June 2021. Our hearty congratulations to Anmish Verma Bhupati Raju on summiting Mount Everest despite facing many hardships. Your success will inspire many of our peers to go in such a direction and chase their dreams. Amigos, before we know about his Mount Everest summit, we have to know about his various services and achievements. Let's start.
Hi everyone, myself Anmish Verma Bhupati Raju, and my full name is Bhupati Raju Sri Surya Venkat Sita Ramaraj Anmish Nagendra Sarath Verma. And coming to me, I am the World Martial Arts Champion in 2018 and 19. I represented India in 2018 World Athens Greece World Championship, and I secured gold medal, and it was the first gold medal to India in senior male weight category, minus 80. And I also got gold in Austria Bregenz in 2019. And I'm also an international mountaineer. I climbed South Africa's highest mountain, Kilimanjaro, in Jan 2020, and also climbed South America's highest mountain, Aconcagua, in Feb 2020. And I also recently climbed Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain and also Asia's highest mountain, in June 1st, 2021, morning 5 a.m. And I also runs an NGO called Kalpavruksha, which is related to the voluntary service activities with the students, and also we organize blood donation camps, organ donation camps, and also we organize the self-defense techniques to the college students and software employees, for the ladies especially. I have one sibling, my elder brother Bhupati Raju Sumant Verma. He is a filmmaker. He has taken some short films and independent films. Now he is going to the feature film. I have one elder brother. From my childhood, I have an interest on the sports activities, especially in the weapons, which I watched from my father and grandfather. They used to fight with sticks and sword. So I got interested into that, and I learned from age of 3 the stick weapon. And later, I want to join in any martial arts sports like kickboxing, boxing, karate, which is related to martial arts. So finally, I went to many gurus was related to martial arts, but I have not liked with anyone. Finally, my school, which I studied in Balaji Public School, they introduced the karate in extracurricular activities. So I joined in karate in my school, and I started my karate journey there with my guru Ganta Kankarao Garu. And not only in the classes which was conducted in school, I have a special interest on my arts, and so I joined in his personal coaching center, which was a Dragon Star at that time, and now it was converted into Okinawa Sports Academy. So I joined there and I continued my karate journey with him, and he always taught me to get gold, and he trained me in that way, and I I was gained more than 60 gold medals in my career with his perfect coaching and his motivation and his support, and his training and my family support, especially my father Venugopal Raju garu support and my mother and my brother, all the support. I have achieved my all things. Yes. And I don't think it's like an opportunity, it's a complete hard work, because opportunity will give by someone, and it was chosen by me to get a gold in certain point. So initially I started my world championship career in 2014. I represented to London World Championship from India in -80 weight category at the time. In martial arts I never get the sponsorship from the government, because they have a separate sports criteria in the groups like A group, B group, C group sports like that, and karate is in C group sport, C grade we call, C grade sports, so we can't get sponsorship that much faster. It was very difficult to get sponsorship from government. So I tried for the private sponsors, and initially CMR Raun garu from Vizag, they supported me, and my uncle Bhupatra Satyanarayan Raju garu supported me initially, and my all-time supporter Rana Uppalpati garu in Vizag, so he supported me very well. Because of this sponsorship support from the private sponsorship, I have moved on, and all this financial expedition was held by the private sponsors only, not by the government. Yes. So I think there are many opportunities in present generation, especially we have a social media. If anyone is talented, or if anyone needs an information, we are completely getting into that. So everyone has an opportunity. The thing is what in which sector they have interest, and how much they are focusing, and how much they are interested in that field. That is a very important. So many opportunities in present generations. So it only depends on how they are choosing and how they are focusing and interest on that. Yes. Yeah, I run an NGO with the name of Kalpavruksha. I started this one in 2014. When I am studying my college, I was very much interested into social activities. So for that we need a group of people to work together. So I decided to start an organization. So I named as Kalpavruksha because I am very much interested in plantation and everything. So I like the tree. It's a blessing tree. The Kalpavruksha, the meaning of Kalpavruksha is blessing tree. So I decided to start an organization, and I started in 2014. We used to organize many voluntary activities helping major events which is happening in Vizag, and we regularly used to do plantation and blood donation camps, and also organ donation awareness camps, and also we used to teach the self-defense techniques to the school students, college students, and also the software employees which are working. These all are for ladies especially, which was useful in the present situations which is happening. And we have done many activities related to the social causes and social issues. That is about my NGO. I contested in Visakhapatnam parliamentary constituency. I have a special interest in politics from my young age. Now also I'm young. So I got an idea in at my 18s like that to contest as an MP only. From the beginning I am interested in parliament. So I contested in 2019 parliamentary elections from Visakhapatnam. And usually everyone knows if you want to become an engineer, there is a path to write MCET and join in BTech and you can become an engineer. If you want to become a doctor, you can join in MBBS and you can become a doctor. For every field there is a proper path and way. We can get a proper guidance from everyone. But people like us from the low family background, without any political background, without financial sound, and we have no huge support from the public. So how we should start and how we should be success in this politics. So I want to create a proper path to everyone, especially for the youth who are interested in politics. So I started as an independent. I contested as an independent candidate from Visakhapatnam parliamentary. And the happy thing that is I have contested finally without stopping my goal. and I have got more than 2000 votes in my parliamentary election. So the people have many options, but they choose me as an parliamentarian, almost up to 2000 people. So I want to work for them, and I want to continue my political career for the 2000 people and all the people in Visakhapatnam parliamentary. So I feel that I got a success in my first step, and I'm waiting for the huge success in the future. Message to the youth and youth into politics. So what I want to say is, why youth into politics means, youth has a fresh mind. If we have seen many things like corruption, maybe we'll be get interested in corruption and everything. So if we have the fresh minds, we have the only motive to serve the people. So if the youth will have the fresh mind. So if youth come into politics, they have the fresh minds and they have the desire to do something for the country, and they will fight for the causes and everything, because only the youth can do many things. And it was the proven, if our dream or our goal was postponed up to 60 years to 70 years, it was difficult to succeed in that field. So especially if you are interested, it was good to come into politics as early as possible, without expecting huge from your field. Like if you are contested as an parliamentarian or assembly constituency or any panchayat president, don't contest as to win, to success or like that. Just contest and focus on the service. Whether if you win or if you lose, you should be focused on how you should service to the public. So it is very important. Just that message I want to give for the youth who are interested in politics. Yes. Yeah, what is mission 1 by 1826 means, we have 1826 days in overall 5 years, including leap day, leap year. So in these 1826 days, we have only one day. We'll get an opportunity to decide our leader in our constituency. So in that one day, we should vote very honestly and very sincerely. So our motto is to make awareness on voters that that one day they should be vote very honestly. So we started this mission 1 by 1826 to the people. Yes. It's not a shift actually. Because we everyone know, people thinks like we should succeed in one field only, like all will concentrate on one field. So we can do the multiple successes, like we can I decided to concentrate on martial arts, mountaineering and social working, social activities, everything. So we can succeed in everything, because now we are very youngsters. If we want to do something, we can do with our interest and with dedication and sincerity. So I started martial arts, I achieved in that, and I'm not shifted to mountaineering. I'm doing simultaneously because I want to success in both in a very high level. So I succeeded there and I became world #1 in martial arts. And in mountaineering, everyone's dream to climb Mount Everest, which is the highest mountain in the world. So I climbed Mount Everest also. So I managed the both, and I shown that there is no full stop in success. There is a commas in success. And if anyone interested in any fields, you can try all the fields, but not sacrificing your dreams, but sacrificing all the other things for your dreams, like that. Yes, thank you. It's my second attempt. Actually, I was attempted first time from China side in 2018. I went up to 7,900 meters like that, and I came back because one of our teammate was injured. So we called back and we came back again. So again, I given second attempt in 2021. So it's my second attempt, obviously. Yeah, for the first time when I went from the north side, that time I got sponsorship from the government of Andhra Pradesh, because they have conducted a selection process, the people who are interested in mountaineering and who wants to climb the Everest. So I went to the selection, and out of many people they selected the 5 people, and I stood as one of the member in that Everest team. So I got an opportunity, and government fully funded me and sponsored me for the expedition in 2018 Everest mission. So from the north side, at that time I got sponsorship from the government. And after that it was very difficult because we should spend more than 30 lakhs for this Everest expedition. So it was became so tough to me, and later some of the people who helped me, like private sponsors, like Rana Uppalpati garu from Visakhapatnam, and Vama Steels from Hyderabad, and SRK Infrastructures from Visakhapatnam and Bangalore, and many people individually also supported me. There are many people because there are many people who have supported me. Cut cheskunnadu madhyalo mali cheptanu. Okay, there are some individual sponsors also who have supported me. So it's all in 2021 only private sponsor. Because of private sponsor I went for the summit. Yes. I think there is no relation between my martial arts and mountaineering. I usually I like to do treks, and I used to like do climbings and all from my childhood. But I don't know, there is a highest mountain called Everest, and it was very risky and all. But I got to know in 2015 because of traveling many places and having many friends. I got to know that there is a highest mountain which is called Everest, and it was very risky. People will die there, and people who have the both mental strength and physical strength only can climb the Everest. So when I listened this all, I decided to climb Mount Everest at the time in 2015. But later what I realized is it was very difficult because of the financial thing. We should spend more than 30 lakhs for the Everest expedition, and I know I'm financially very poor and I can't afford 30 lakhs for my expedition at the time. So what I thought is after getting 40 to 50 years I should get some money, I should save some money, and I should go for the Everest expedition. But luckily in 2017 I see an ad, an article that there is a Mission Everest was organizing by the government of Andhra Pradesh. The people who are interested they can come and participate in this expedition. So I went there and I selected finally, and I went for the expedition at that time. It was very difficult in mountains because we'll go from the sea level. Obviously we'll get very difficulties. How I managed, I did lot of trainings in basic mountaineering course and advanced mountaineering course. So I went from here to Sikkim and I trained there for many days, and it's called the basic mountaineering course. I did in under the Indian Army in Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Sikkim. And I trained very hard there, and I got the A grade, which usually we can't get, and I proved there. And my body, the luck by God's gift is my body will acclimatize very easily to any type of climates. So again I went to the advanced mountaineering course in Kashmir with JIM Jawaharlal Institute of Mountaineering, which is also under Indian Army. So I did my advanced mountaineering course there, and I also did very hard training, and again I proved and I got the A grade. And again I went for the winter expedition because our body should acclimatize in the cold temperature also. So in Leh Ladakh there will be very cold temperature, and there is some peaks like Stock Angry. We went for the Stock Angry, we went to that mountain, and it was very cold, and we sustained there. So we did these all trainings so that I started my journey in Everest. And this time the main hurdles is there's a very risky route we choose this time from the Nepal to summit Everest, like Khumbu ice fall, and the weather is very harsh this time, so we faced many hurdles this time. Yes. Yeah, without Sherpa no one can climb if we have very good experience. Otherwise we should be Sherpa, or we should be a mountain guide, so then we can go without Sherpa. But for the normal climbers or clients, it's very difficult to climb Everest or any highest mountains without Sherpa. If there is a normal mountains like below 6,000, 7,000, they can climb easily without Sherpa. But above 8,000 meters we have a death zone, and it is very risky. We should carry more weights and carry more weights, and the route will be very difficult. So definitely we should need a Sherpa support with. My Sherpa is Pasang, he was 28 years old, and we both became very good friends, and we went for summit on 12th. But the bad luck is when we are close to the summit, our Pasang Sherpa was got bleeding from mouth and nose, so he was sick very badly, and he was fainted there. So I decided to sacrifice my summit, and we both came back. And usually in mountains, if we came back once, there is no second summit. So, but luckily I got an opportunity, and I got another Sherpa with the name of Temba, and we both went again, and we successfully summited and reached the top of the world. And coming to how recognition they'll get is like, in many scenarios, many people, not many people, there are few people will do works without expecting something and without expecting any recognition, and Sherpas is like such people who will not expect any recognition or anything. They don't do for recognition, and from our side they are like gods. Yes. Great challenge in Mount Everest means it depends on weather actually. That will be the greatest challenge. And if we are climbing from the south side, from Nepal, the greatest challenge is to from Camp 2 to Camp 3 and Camp 3 to Camp 4, because it was full steep for the long distance, more than 1000 meters. That is the difficult thing. And if the weather is good, everything will be easy, because we already tried inclines and everything, so we can go, because we have oxygen, we have the good oxygen supplement also. But if there is a bad weather, it will be very challenging. After many years, in 2021, the weather is very harsh, and we suffered a lot. From Camp 2, we stayed more than 6 days. We are like almost dead, and still that confident, and still that desire we have to climb Mount Everest. So we have finally summited on June 1st. Seeing dead bodies and making our panic is a foolish thing, because before going Everest, we used to know everything, that we should see the dead bodies on the way, and there will be bad weather, and we can come back or may not. So we all know before only, but after going there, thinking about all these are like foolish things. So I have not thought about those all things. Just I went, and my dream is to be top of the world with my national flag. So I did it. There is a situations, but might not be happen. Just we are waiting for the good weather actually. I know I can summit, but depends on weather. That is what I am saying before also. We struck more than 6 days in Camp 2. All teams are going down, including our army and CAPF team. All are going down, and everyone is telling to me to come down. There is no good weather. We can't go for the summit. But I have a positive attitude, and I know that I can summit. I stayed there. There is some situations we should go down, like before summit our Sherpa was injured, so we came back. So at the time we should give up. So some situations will come. Even in 2018 I gave up for a guy to save his life, but not decided to go back without having chance. If there is no chance, we'll getting down, but if there is an opportunity for the summit, definitely I'll give my 100% all the time. Yes. When we start from Lukla to base camp, it takes more than 10 days like that, 8 to 11 days, depends on weather also. So at the time we used to start very leisurely, like 10 AM, and we reached by 4 to 5 PM like that. But after coming to base camp, it was difficult to start in 10 AM like that, because the sun will come. If there is a more heat, the ice be maybe melt, and there will be avalanches like that. So we used to start so early. So usually we start in midnights, like 12, 1, 2 AM like that. Depends on our speed, how much fast we reach the camps. But in Camp 1 to Camp 2, we start very leisurely, like 10 AM, and we reach by 4 to 5 PM, because it was a very short distance. Remaining every thing we should start, we'll be starting on midnights only. Yes. There is no oxygen shortage actually. We have enough oxygen, but when I'm going from Camp 4 to summit, I'm almost to the summit, and I want to be the fastest summiter, so I went so fast, leaving my Sherpa. My Sherpa is before half an hour to me, and I'm going so fast. I don't know what happened. I'm getting vomiting sensation, and I'm feeling uneasy. After my Sherpa came, he said that my oxygen was finished. Without oxygen, I stayed for 10 to 15 minutes in 8,700 meters like that. It was very risky. People will die if there is no oxygen there, but by God's grace I was survived there. So there is no shortage, but because of moving fast and my oxygen finished, I have not checked, so I suffered there. That's it. There is no oxygen shortage actually. So I managed like that only. Yes. Failures means I have failures because as you know, well, I'm submitting before also from 2018 from China north side. I have failure at the time, and again in karate martial arts also I have failure in the beginning. But these all are like lessons. We can learn something from these all failures, and we can't see like it's a failure, and from that we should learn something, and we should keep on moving. Or we should not give up with the failure. What I want to say is we should not give up in the failure. We should keep on moving, and up to the success we should focus, and we should keep moving. Yes. Yeah, my suggestion who are people who wants to succeed in their careers, like in different fields, they should be very focused, and they should be sincere in what they are doing. Actually, they can't sacrifice their dream. They should sacrifice anything for their dream actually. So my suggestion or my message to everyone is sacrifice everything, anything for your goal, not the goal. Yes, thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe Kinda Knowledge YouTube channel. Thank you.